Back in September of 2019, Madison, Connecticut native Anthony DePino would commit to the University of Rhode Island to play baseball. Over 1,600 days later, DePino would become the program's all-time leader in home runs, surpassing Mike LaBelle's record, which stood at 30 for 11 seasons. Anthony DePino was known for his power in high school, but the transition to Division I baseball isn't easy, leaving the coaching staff wonder how long it would take for DePino to become an impact player for the Rams.
So we knew him well. We knew he was a great kid. We knew he had tons of potential, but you don't know how it's going to play out. Like, he had, in high school, some of the best power we'd ever seen from any kid. But is it going to translate to Division I baseball? You know, we thought at some point it would, and, you know, it has, like, basically right away, obviously.
In his first season, DePino would break the freshman home run record at URI, finishing with 16. He also earned freshman All-American honors as he batted above 280 and had a .436 on-base percentage. In his second season, he would repeat that success, hitting 14 home runs, which led the Rams that season. Both of those seasons ranked top 5 in URI history for single-season home run totals. It also meant that DePino had already hit 30 home runs, tying Mike LaBelle's record, which had gone untouched for 10 seasons. After tying LaBelle's record, the wait was on. DePino was unable to hit another home run in the final 2 games of the 2023 season, and the world would have to wait the entire offseason to see DePino get another shot at it. In the 8th game of the 2024 season, DePino would finally go yard, hitting one in the top of the 4th in a 2-2 count against Washington State. While playing in the snowy Washington weather isn't the easiest conditions for hitting, DePino is no stranger to hitting the long ball in freezing temperatures.
It's definitely tough to play in these conditions, but I mean, we hit through it all winter, so it kind of just, we use it to our advantage. I mean, we see days where the wind's blowing out to right field, and it's just, all right, I gotta hit the ball to right field. Wind's blowing out to left, all right, just stick to the approach, just hit the ball. Like, just it's nothing really where I'm worried about, like, I'm not getting enough work in the offseason. I think I'm definitely getting enough work in the offseason.
While DePino is already the best home run hitter in Rhode Island history, there are still parts of his game that he's working to improve on. And he has team-oriented goals that he'd like to accomplish during his time with the Rams. Specifically, an Atlantic 10 title.
Not many expectations for myself, more for the team. I want to win an A-10 championship. I mean, that's what we came here to do. I want to play in an NCAA regional. It's just something we've always dreamed of as a team, is playing an NCAA regional. For myself, it's just play good baseball and good things will happen.
With Atlantic 10 play starting on March 28th, expect the Rams to compete for their first A-10 title since 2016. You can also count on DePino to get better, as his coach believes he's just scratching the surface of what he's truly capable of.
I think the thing with Anthony, too, is as much success as he's had, he's still not even close to how good he can be. Like, there's so much more in the tank of him as a hitter, to be a complete hitter. He's obviously has the power, and he's been very successful here, but there's still a lot more in him, which is exciting. And I tell him the same thing every day, is I think there's, in terms of being able to use the whole field, and he had a goal this year of trying to really cut down the strikeouts and get his walks up, and he's really working hard on that, just being more consistent contact-wise. But he's been great, and there's still a lot more room for improvement for him, which is exciting.
The one area of DePino's game that has come the furthest since joining the Rams is his defense. DePino plays third base, also known as the hot corner, one of the toughest positions to play in all of baseball. On top of that, players with DePino's skill set typically do struggle in the field, and it's considered acceptable because of their prowess at the plate. But DePino has spent the past 2 off-seasons making necessary improvements and has seriously cut back on the errors that plagued him in his first 2 seasons.
I think my defense is something that has been really big for me. That's improved. As a freshman, I was kind of like almost lost out there on the field, and then me and Coach C worked over the offseason. We're like, we're going to get this right, because you can't be a one-dimensional player. You got to be able to play both sides of the ball. And I think my defense has improved a lot, and just everything, speed, defense, all that kind of stuff. I think it's come a long way.
With plenty of non-conference games left on Rhode Island's schedule and an entire Atlantic 10 slate to play, expect DePino to pull far ahead of Mike LaBelle and to potentially set this record up to be unbreakable, as the Rams aim to win their first Atlantic 10 title since 2016. For Cigar Sports, I'm Justin Therio.